What up, everybody? Welcome back to Content is Profit. Today, we have a very special bonus episode. I bet you weren't expecting this. 3 episodes a week. What? I know, we've been pretty consistent with two. We're working on our internal systems again. Back in the studio, it's been going good. But this week, you get a treat. And what a treat we have here for you today. We have our dear friend, Deirdre from Cap Show.
Hello.
Deirdre, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. I feel like I'm always the bonus. You know, I'm like the cherry on top for you and your podcast.
Hey, 100%. You are absolutely right. It's like we have a few select people that, we like to bring in here. But, earlier this week we were chatting and you were mentioning something that you guys have developed, the honey trap method, right? And I'm a sucker for content frameworks and things that move things forward. And you have an event that we were part of last month and we're going to be part of again. It starts on Monday. And you guys are actually going to teach people how to be the number one person in their niche that people like literally fly to get advice and become clients and all these things. And you guys have built a dream team to execute on this.
Yes. Such a dream team. Oh my gosh. I mean, Luis, you know them. You've met them, so you know just how high caliber this team is. But I cannot speak highly enough of Josh Tapp and Joseph Giglietti. So they're my co-hosts essentially. And this event is all about creating content that actually makes you money. Josh has this amazing process that when he mapped it out, he's so funny because he was like, I thought everyone did this. And I was like, Josh, no, no one is doing it the way that you laid it out. It's just, it's going to blow your mind. So he's going to talk about really how to create that content that gets you your first or your next 50K, like literally can get you that 50K. Then I'm going to take it from there and go, and based on that content, how do you really start to scale your media channels? Then Joseph's going to talk about the #1 media monetization strategy on the internet. Seriously, he has helped people make literally he's done $1 million days with people. It's crazy. So
it's great.
So excited about this.
I remember the first time I heard Joe kind of talk about that on stage, and I was that bullish guy. I was like, oh yeah, of course. Like, these are people that have massive audiences. These are people that are doing XYZ or running ads. And then he literally showed us in the whiteboard how accessible this is for everybody, and I was like, sign me up. The belief was completely crushed, and I was like, wow, this is actually doable for a lot of people. And this is why, to those listening and watching right now, I'm so excited to chat a little bit about this and introduce the event, and hopefully we get a bunch of Content is Profit people attending this time. And we're not going to stop promoting this because it has been one of the most effective ways that we've seen, right? And we're all based on frameworks that help people actually monetize their content. That's what we do here. Content is profit, baby. So I'm super excited for that.
Yes, it's going to be so awesome. And thank you. I can't wait to see you. I think you're going to be a VIP member this time. So
absolutely.
We're going to have some really great chats.
Absolutely. I mean, you guys are going to get so tired of me and be like, kick Luis out.
No way, never.
All right, Deidre. So, obviously, making your next or your first 50K is massive for a lot of people. I remember when we first started our business, and that was an amount of money that we've only dreamed of, right? It's like, oh, that's my college debt.
It's like, seriously, like I didn't even think it was possible, like when you just get started and it's like just making your first literally $1 seems so hard. It's like, how in the world am I going to get to 50K? Like, that just seems insurmountable. But it's Josh will seriously help you make it happen. Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm so excited. So we want to provide a very actionable. We've been like gearing the show towards like actionable steps, things that people can actually do, right? And I know there's some people listening and watching today that they're gonna be like, give me something to do before we start on Monday, right? And you were like, oh, this is something super cool, and I wanna dive into your honey trap method, right? It's something that I think you debuted it at your event, Capture Audience Live, and I was like, whoa, this is good. Not just the name, but the actual strategy is so amazing. So do you want to give us a rundown, like what are people actually achieving with the honey trap method, and then how can people put it in motion?
Yes, so the honey trap method is kind of, I call it conversion content marketing. And I know, Louise, when I say these things, you're like, yes, like, we speak the same, like a lot of the same language and speak about a lot of the same themes. So I'm really excited to get your thoughts on this. But it, for me, I with Capshow, obviously it's an AI powered software, and I'm very, very cognizant of the fact that with AI now, there is this phenomenon that we might be seeing on the internet that I call the content vomit, right? Where we just all vomit all over the internet because we can, because we have access to AI tools now. And so, what I really, really want to be mindful of, and where Capshow is, really trying to, be the industry icon, be the go-to person in our niche, is all about how we help people create, not create content for content's sake, but actually create content that gets results. And so that's what the honey trap method is all about. So really quickly, just visualize in your minds like a T shape. It's like a T, right? Okay. You've got at the junction, the juncture,
That's perfect Australian accent right there. That's great.
is kind of, we call it your content event. And that could be anything from a podcast episode that you publish. It could be a live that you do, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube. It could be a YouTube video that you drop, right? It's some kind of audio or video content. And we kind of want to create a quote unquote event out of it. And I'll explain why, because even I know that it's a lot more intuitive to do to think about of lives as events, like you're showing up live and there's like a live audience that's going to be on. That feels like an event. Yeah. But honestly, even when you're just dropping a pre-recorded podcast or video, that in and of itself is an event, and you want people to actually go there as soon as possible, as quickly as possible, because I don't want to talk about the algorithms. Like, we shouldn't really be going like, this is what plays into the algorithm. But a lot of the strategies that we do, and I'll talk about, when we think about the psychology of just like humans, why these platforms are so powerful and why they've made so much money is because they've tapped into that, right? They've tapped into, and that's what the algorithms are all based around. So, the more that you can drive traffic when you drop a video or podcast, the more that your content will actually get shown to more of your audience. So that's one thing, right? Just, I want to get that out of the way. So the reason why we want to sort of create a quote unquote event around it is because on the other side of the T, the beginning part of the T, if you picture that, I call it the push content, right? That's the content that is going to push people to your content event. And what the push content is all about is it's kind of a strategy that's like the samey strategy, right? Yeah. You want your people, the people who are going to resonate with the content that you're putting out there, to raise their hands and be like, me, I want access to this, or I want to watch this or listen to this, right? Yeah. And that works so well, not only on social media, but actually also in emails. Like, literally, if you have people, if you write an email, and I have a whole framework of what there's actually 3 posts in the Save Me framework. It's 3 posts. You can actually send those out as emails, and those replies back as well, where people are putting their hands up, actually, again, plays into your email deliverability and things like that.
So good.
Yeah. So that's the saming. So where that starts with is like you want to think about what the topic is that you're sharing, and what is like a really quick lead magnet that you can just hook people in with, right? Because everyone wants a result out of the thing that you're sharing. And so if you kind of go, your first post is just all about, hey, I'm working on this, on a cheat sheet that gets you creating content helps you create content that gets you clients. Who wants it? Comment me below. See how it's like me, right? I want to get more clients for my content. And the great thing is that now you actually have people so you're building an email list as well, because you're getting them to register to get details for your content event. And you're actually playing into the algorithm because people are engaging, and which means that your post, your content actually gets in front of more people on social media. So there's a power in how this works. Is that making sense, Louise?
My head is like running crazy with obviously like we're layering this on top of like our framework, like the publishing pyramid and like the six
Yes.
levers, and I'm like, man, this is so
Yes.
cool, right? And you know, one of the things that in our side, and you know, I'm being fully transparent here, but you know, we went high frequency on the show, for example, like 3 episodes a week, because we wanted to connect and focus on connecting with the relationships that eventually helped us build the business that we have today. But it got to a point where we actually debated on like, hey, you know, you hear in your event we talked about the 1-to-1 rule, right? So for 3 episodes, that each one is 1 hour, right? If we want to, you know, promote that episode or create that engagement for that event, that's a lot of resources, right, on our side to assign to that. So you know, right now we're like at 2 episodes. So what I'm running in my head is like, wow, you know, how would have been the story maybe better, right, if we would have focused still on relationships, but also focusing time on developing our honey trap strategy, like you guys are doing, to be able to also build a relationship with the people that are consuming the show, you know. And we still do, and there's a balance, and I want to encourage people that are there, like 3 episodes a week. If you can't avoid it, do it. Like, avoid it. It's like it's a lot of work, not gonna lie, right? And you know, if you have resources and a team, absolutely go ahead and do it. But I think what you're presenting here for a lot of business owners that we've talked to, and even people that come to our studio, I think is a strategy that's like, one, very effective, right? That works, is proven, and you guys are showing the roadmap for people on like what to say, how to do it, you know, what is the things that we're gonna put out there. And correct me if I'm wrong, but with Capture and the new software that you guys are releasing, the access that the VIP people are gonna be having, right? It's like almost like free VIP, and you have access to this software that's gonna help you actually create based on these frameworks. And it's so exciting because it removes the friction from actually being effective at creating that content that then converts.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thank you. Yes, for sure. And, you know, we're actually, you know, you mentioned Capture, and what we've done is we've rebuilt Capture from the ground up. And when you come into, like, when you upgrade to VIP for this event, you get a free 14-day free. You'll be one of the first to ever try this new version of Capture, which we're calling Capture Next Gen. And what we've built into Capture Next Gen is actually, we've started with the pull content. So just to really quickly, so we are going to get to the push content for sure, and we will help people in Capture Club to create pull content anyway, because it's actually pretty simple once you like get the hang of it and you kind of know what it is. But like, I do find that the reason why we started with the pull content is because that's actually a little bit, I wouldn't say it's harder, but it's just, there's a little bit more nuance that goes into that. And the pull content is on the other side of the T. Once you've done your content event, once you've either it's a podcast episode or whatever it is, you put that straight into Capture, and it creates 4 posts for you. So, Louise, we're both really good friends with Katie Brinkley. She is an absolute social media guru. She worked with us to essentially build her 4-post strategy into Capture Next Gen, and that strategy is, again, now it's going, we call it pull content because it's pulling the content from your content event, from your episode or your live, but it's actually pulling people back to that content event because, again, the bottom of the T is then your bridge funnel, because your content event, and Louise, I know that we've covered the video profit levers, so I know that you are so passionate about this. It's like your content has to be leading your audience, your people, to somewhere where you can then nurture and convert them, right? Because it's all about getting clients.
Yeah, it's all.
It's all about monetizing. Yeah. So that's so the pull content is where we're starting inside of Capture. That's what we can help you.
And you know, a lot of people, when we talk to content, you know, I think I personally get very excited, right? And I start seeing a lot of the possibilities, right? And it's funny because, you know, in the past we've made a lot of mistakes with maybe some people that are interested in working with us, that we just get so excited about the possibilities and the volume maybe, or like, you know, you can be here and be there and then do X, Y, Z, and when in reality a lot of what a lot of people need is a clear path to a simple framework that it starts to get traction and results real fast, and then they're able to scale, right? And that's something that we've identified even with people here in the studio, right? They come in and they start recording their show immediately. It's like, first how do we monetize the podcast, right? And then it's like, how many assets can we build? How many episodes or how many clips? And I'm like, well, what's step one? Like, do you actually enjoy creating a podcast? And, you know, just recently we just recorded an episode about, we really need to consider the type of content that we're creating, because long term, if you're not enjoying creating that type of content, that's not going to be lasting, right? You're going to have to increase your resources to hire somebody if that channel is actually providing results. But so there's all these elements. So what I'm very excited about, which, by the way, for those listening or watching today, I'm going to be also one of the first users of NextGen, and we've used the original product. So I cannot wait to see like this new format, because we do a lot of that, right? And it takes a ton of time and it takes a ton of resources. And, you know, for most entrepreneurs that are creating their own content, or even for smaller teams, right, the time is the most valuable thing. And, you know, if you have the strategy already set up and you have the framework already set up, and the tool is already giving you the assets that then you can tweak here and there a little bit and put it out there and do the result, this is a no-brainer. And this is why I wanted to bring Deidre on a surprise episode, because I'm like, well, it's been crazy over here in the studio, but when you told me like the whole thing that you guys are going to be doing next week, it's like, we have to share this. I want to make sure that everybody knows in our community and listening to this, that there's an opportunity out there for people to go do that, right? And obviously in the near future, we would love to hear your feedback if you're part of it, right? And we would love to see you in there, interacting with us in the VIP room an hour before the challenge actually goes live, right? So I think, you know, logistically, we're going Monday through Thursday, right? Or Monday through Friday?
Yeah.
Monday through Friday. We're going to be doing noon Eastern for regular tickets. But if you want to be a VIP, a super important person with access to Capture Next Gen as well, it's 11.
And it's free, Eastern. By the way.
It's free.
Yeah, VIP upgrade is free. So get in.
Get in. Oh, this is so good. Oh man, this is better than the concert I went on a couple of weeks ago. Oh man,
yeah, and we'll get you even better results as well, Louis. So
100%. I mean, yeah, my wallet shrank over there. This is gonna, you know, make sure that we can go to many other concerts.
Exactly.
Yeah. Adrian, behind the scenes, I personally been getting a lot into, you know, sim racing, and I love, you know, racing cars and all these things, and I'm like, we need to continue to generate value and profits for the business, so eventually I can go drive a real race car.
100%.
That's the goal.
Exactly. That is, and I love that goal. That, yes, I'm there for it, Louis. So when that happens, I am going to go with you and cheer you on.
Oh, let's go. Sweet. I know. Every time I share this, nobody wants to jump in the passenger seat with me for some reason.
Yeah, I'm good.
Deidre, anything else that you want to, I mean, we cover a few things, right? It's like this life-changing event for the people that put in the time and, you know, go in on the free VIP upgrade, and they ask the real questions and, you know, do their homework, which, by the way, it won't take you a ton of time. Like, this is like really, really good, clear and concise, to the point, and it's gonna help you move the needle forward. We covered, like, that's the place that you're actually gonna learn how to make your next or your first $50,000, which is insane. And how to create, scale, and utilize the #1 media monetization strategy, you know, for your business.
We didn't even cover in today's chat. So
I know, we just mentioned this.
Come to the event.
We just mentioned this. So, you know, we're like, we need people to go there. And we dove deep in the honey trap method, which, you know, we talked about the pull and the
push and pull content.
The push and the pull content. I was trying to find my notes here. You my notes are all over the place. That's how you know I'm a little crazy, but so good. Well, Deidre, is there any last thoughts or anything that you wanna, you know, add before we head out today? And we'll just open the doors so people can go and join us on Monday.
Yeah, no, I mean, thanks for having me on. Like, it's always such an honor to be on this podcast with you guys. And no, we would just love to see everyone there. We're so committed to getting people results. So the more that you lean in and play, then the more that you will actually get results. Play with us, and the more you will get results.
This is gonna be a Papa Luis comment for you listening and for you watching. It all depends on the action that you take. There's so many strategies out there. There's so many tactics. We've seen it all. We've interviewed more than 500 people. Every single one of them has a successful thing. This thing that we're talking about today, we've seen it happen. It generates results very quickly with very low friction. And this is why we're being so open and promoting and make sure that you get access to that event. So we've been there. We did our homework. We're gonna go back again. We're gonna chat behind the VIP room. We're gonna ask the questions because we're in this journey with you as well. So come join us. I'm super excited to see everybody on Monday. And Deidre, again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
See it.